Hi, and welcome to this demo video where I will demonstrate the main workflow and capabilities of AutoGaitA. And I will do so using the example data that we also provide in our repository. So this is a data set of the same group of mice walking over 3 beams with different width, 5 millimeters, 12 millimeters, and 25 millimeters. And in this video, I will show you how we can go from body posture tracking data. So for example, this deep lab cut data here with these videos and the corresponding CSV files with joint coordinates over time, to, as a first step, these video or ID level results subfolders where we store the results of individual videos. And then, of course, in the end, to group results, because this is what we're really interested in, to see, for example, how did the 3 groups cluster in the PCA scatter plot, or what were the differences in the ankle angle as assessed by our ANOVA approach. And to start, we just run the Deep Lab Cut toolbox. There's separate tutorial videos where I explain all of these options and choices. But just for this demo, I would like to tell you about the joint and angle customization window here, because this is the window that allows AutoGaitA to function for any species and any behavior of interest. Because here you can just choose what the columns are called that you're interested in. So if you have human data, for example, this would be a foot instead of a hind paw, or maybe you're just interested in the foot and then in the shoulder, and so on. And maybe for the angle, you're also interested in, let's say, the elbow, which is computed between the wrist and the shoulder, things like that. Now, then, once you configured everything, let's just run one video, for example, and in a second you will see some results that are shown in our figure GUI here. You can just click through and see what was the hip angle for each of the 3 steps of this mouse. And similarly, if you then don't click on one video but on batch analysis, we can run this for all data sets that we find in a given folder, and get these intermediate results folders for our video level results. Now, moving on to group analysis, we open a group toolbox. In our case, we have 3 groups that we would like to compare. And then we just enter our configuration here. Again, there's a separate tutorial video. Let's not run the cluster extend test for this demo because it will take a little bit. However, in general, the cluster extend test is always recommended over the ANOVA because the cluster test is free of any parametric assumptions. Now, we just have to define some features. So what do we want to test statistically? And again, this is cross-species and cross-behavior. We automatically read out the columns that we find in your first level results folders. And what features would we like to include in our PCA? And then we just hit run. And in a second, you will get some results here. As always, there's some information we get in the terminal for all of our toolboxes. So for the group toolbox, the info that we get is what were the groups we contrast, what were the features we include in the PCA and stats, and if there were any, what were the exact p-values of our statistical tests, and so on. This is all saved in text files as well. And again, we can just look at the figures that are generated for our given contrasts in this figure panel. And that's it. This is how you go from body posture data to group results to include in your next publication using AutoGaitA.